Older games just absolutely hate wavelength for some reason. I don't know why. So, um, so I started recording pretty much as I went live. Actually, yeah, pretty much exactly when I went live because the clocks are exactly the fucking same. As you can see, I haven't played this in 7.75 of a year, almost 8 years ago. And that was during the time when wait, hold on. Okay, this is the first playthrough of the remaster anyway. I don't know if I played it. Wait, no. All of these would have been. Because this was before I met Britt in No Man's Sky. And then November 4th would have been when I had just started streaming and I just finished Bioshock 1 remastered. Apparently it only okay, well it took me about, so judging from this, I must have started pretty late back then. Because that's a manual save, manual, and like these are like half an hour apart. No, they're like 25, like these two are like 24 minutes apart. These ones are like 29 minutes apart-ish. So I was really diligent on just like saving. I only did the one save here, and then when I finished the game. Wow, I went for that long? Oh wait, no, it must have been just like a short amount of time left in the game, because that's 2:47 p.m. I thought that was a.m. So I must have just finished the game and then just like been like, hey, let's play something else in the meantime. Because Apex didn't come out until I want to say 2018, 2019. Okay, yeah, it's making noise. Also, yes, I know the audio is fucking awfully balanced. I'm sorry. It's just a case with these older titles. Just unfortunately gonna have to live with it. What's the play downloaded content? Oh, right. The DLC story. I don't think I'm gonna play the DLC story this time. I know I did back in the day. But I'm not gonna do it this time. Reason being, I want to get to because unlike the DLC in Bioshock Infinite, which actually has like proper like tie-ins to the main story, Persephone, what was it called? What was it called? It was called. Wait, no. Persephone is the DLC. So yeah, that's the final day I played it. What? What? Why is this? Why do we only have the one save file of this? Did I actually finish Persephone in like a single day? Well, I'm in Minerva's Den. Either way, it has been a hot minute since I played this game. Unlike Bioshock 1, that I actually tried to do a second playthrough of a few years ago during during like the early days of pandemic. Bioshock 2, I have not played since 2017. And before that, not until like, well, the game came out on the 360. Or I don't know. I don't know if I got this on the 360 or if I got this on the PC when it first came out. I don't know. I don't remember. The thing I remember actually about Bioshock 2 was it was the Bioshock game that introduced the like COD clone multiplayer, but it fell apart so fucking quickly because they just never dealt with the cheaters. In every single lobby, there were like 4 to 5 cheaters on both sides. Not combined, on each side. So while the multiplayer was, your most bog standard hit scan shooter type of thing, which had an actual thematic reason for existing, it took place during the Atlas v Fontaine Wars. No, during Ryan versus Fontaine Wars. And like, you had plasmids, although very limited. You had limited guns. Because hey, you're just a goon. You go in there and you basically just fucking die. I think if they were to revive Bioshock 2's multiplayer, it could actually thrive today if they, updated it a little bit more. Not give them like fucking Omni movement or shit like that. Fuck no. But at the very least, allowed us to like host our own games. Because I never got to play more than like an hour of it before I just grew bored of it at the time. Back in those days, I was heavily into Call of Duty too. Like I played Call of Duty like 4 to 5 hours a day, like after school. And like I really fucking tryharded. I think I prestiged once or twice. Bearing in mind I was a young teenager that didn't know what the fuck he was doing with his life. Okay. So. Okay. Where are we? Right. We have audio. We put a spot there for the marker so I know where to cut. Also, yeah, I know the game is like silent right now, like aside from me doing that. But hey, I don't know if this is gonna be the final spot for the camera, by the way. I might move it over there. I might keep it here, maybe a little bit more towards the edge. I don't know. But yeah, editing suite, pretty much the same thing as usual. Focus on the markers, and try to get shit as good as possible. Okay? Okay. With that said, let's get going, because I've been aching to play this again. Because Bioshock 1, while being the game that resonated with me on an emotional level, Bioshock 2 is the one that I feel like, gameplay mechanically wise, is the best one out of all 3 games. Yes, I said that. I think that Bioshock 2's gameplay is infinitely better than both Bioshock 1 and Bioshock Infinite. Why? Because you're a hulking. Why would you shock things underwater? You just shock your biology. I know, right? How you doing, Brandon? How you doing? Also, I need to move down the chat because that looks awkward. Why is it even like that? I can has another chat, please. A little bit better today. Good to hear. There we go. Thank you, Brandon. Thank you. Ah. Oh. All right. New game. Now, this game, unlike Bioshock 1, allows you to use not just a gun, but also plasmids simultaneously. Bioshock 1's problem being that Jack Ryan, the character you play as, is kind of a weak potato sauce. So he either uses a gun, or, a hand weapon, or plasmids. Either or. Hey Paul, how you doing, mate? It's been a while, dude. We're about to get started with Bioshock 2. But yeah, to continue on. So, unlike Bioshock 1, where I did lower the difficulty just kind of like, make it a little bit easier to just kind of plow through it and get to the emotional resolution at the end, which is just wonderful. I still fucking tear up at the ending. Like, I've been watching that fucking, I've been actually... I've actually been watching that clip over and over again just because of how fucking well it resonates with me. The more I keep playing that clip, the more I'm realizing just how much that moment shaped me. Okay, it got so boring. You just wanted to rush it like a game journalist, except you could still beat the game. Yeah, pretty much. Because here's the thing. First time I played it, hardest difficulty, because Bioshock 1 is not a difficult game. It's really not. The only thing that changes is they deal more damage and take more damage. They don't become more complex. They don't get any different weapons. They don't use plasmids because they can't. Well, some of them do, but not a whole lot of them. Because quite frankly, if they did, the game would be impossible to fucking finish because the amount of plasmids in the game would fucking break balance. And as long as you're even remotely good at aiming and shooting in a video game, you're golden. Because these games were built during the time of Call of fucking Duty. And when Call of Duty is the hardcore version of a shooter game of the time, you know it's going to be a casual experience by comparison. And nowadays with fucking Call of Duty Black Ops 6 with their omni movement and fucking skill-based shooting mechanics, this game's going to be a fucking breeze. Having said that though, I'm picking hard because I have played a lot of shooters and Daddy Delta wants to bring the belt. Yes, I love my title and you will never get me to apologize for it. I'm just saying that. "1956. Beneath the Atlantic Ocean." Hold on a second. Is it playing through that as well? Oh my god, so it's just the menus. Okay. Yay. Jehovah's Witnesses.
Look, Daddy, it's you.
Subtitles. Fuck, I forgot. I'll stay quiet during this so you can hear. Before I turn on the subtitles, I forgot about that, might be.
Let's go out to play, Daddy.
Already right here, the game is better because you actually get to see what you look like. Nice little foreshadowing there with Ryan.
More angels, Daddy. This way.
Y'all are gonna have to tell me whether or not the game is too quiet or too loud, by the way. Excuse me, sir. Coming through. Oh, hell no. Hell no. Daddy Delta gonna bring the belt. Ow. Really? You saying that wielding a fucking pipe? A pipe wrench versus a fucking Big Daddy?
There we are. He's perfectly safe now. This is not your daughter. Do you understand? Her
No.
name is Eleanor, and she is mine. Now, kneel, please. Remove your helmet.
Okay.
Now, take the pistol. Place it against your head. Fire.
Bioshock 2! A family picture. Oh, sorry. Sorry. 10 years later. Oh, god damn it.
Hello, can you hear me?
Okay, before, hold on. Gameplay, where is it? There we go. That's what I was looking for. Oh yeah, I should probably talk about this as well, because I was leaning towards doing it for the longest time while I was playing Bioshock 1. But with recent events in a certain country, I've opted to not have the throne wish list on. So that also means that I'm not going to be taking tips and stuff like that. So I'm just going to be playing Bioshock 1 the way I intend to, which is I'm just going to be saving all the little sisters. The original plan was I was going to be harvesting all of them, and if people wanted to have me, save them, then they would have to tip using the wish list. But with recent events in, the land of the not freedom, I felt that it was a little bit tasteless to be asking for money for a fucking webcam. So that's why it's gone from the. Okay, it's not gone. I've just disabled the source. I'm probably gonna turn it back on in the future, but for this playthrough, I'm not gonna be having it on because I feel like it's a little bit too soon to be asking for money for something that's quite frankly not necessary. Because it is merely just for the stream and like content creation. It is not something I actually need. It's just something I want. So yeah. I'm not saying this to be like, look at me being, humble. No. I understand that a lot of people need to like save up a lot of money right now because yeah, they're gonna be losing a fuck ton of money, and let's be fucking real. So yeah. And I'm just gonna put a marker there. So yeah. I'm gonna be saving all the little sisters. Hey, Phoenix. Fuck. Where's my water bowl? It empty. I'm gonna have to use this. Hold on, where the fuck are the subtitles? Where are the subtitles? Game is still a little bit fast on the mouse. Controls. Let's do 0.8, see what happens. But yeah, hope you're doing better, Phoenix. Is that too quiet? I feel like that's too quiet. How's the audio, chat? I did increase it on OBS, but there's still some audio I can change here, like up that, for example. Voice volume is already on max. Up that, up that. Okay. Gonna be marking that. So yeah, we managed to get ourselves resurrected. Don't know who would have actually gotten us here, because this is not where we died. Also, wow, the game looks actually phenomenal. Graphics. Aliasing is on. I thought I turned that on. Yeah, I don't remember this game looking this fucking good. I must have turned down the graphics back in the day. Because I didn't even have a 1080 back then. I couldn't have, because I wasn't working back then. So I couldn't have possibly have afforded the graphics card. So I must have turned down the graphics something figures to be able to play this game on stream. Smash the corals. Nope, that is getting changed instantly. Yeah. Crouch control, without a question. All right, there's zoom in the game. I keep forgetting that. What if we do that? There's no right, like, real melee button, is there? Default bindings on that then. Toggle zoom. Fire plasmid, next plasmid, previous plasmid. I can have 8 plasmids? Jesus. Hack with B. Apply. Wait, what? Didn't I just change it? Oh, right, I know what happened. There we go. I can't stand crouching on C. I'm sorry, I just can't. Who the hell there? Fuck me, that is loud. That right there, chat, was fucking loud. Hmm? What's F now? Okay.
Lesson 1, mop jockeys. You are under the ocean now. If you feel the soft patter of rain on your hat, you're already fired. Lesson 2. You can jumpstart a dead generator with a direct spark, but clear the guests out of the pool first. Scares these rich pricks to watch a working stiff hurling thunderbolts. You follow me?
I thought stiff meant... Wait, hold on, what is E then? I'm gonna have to relearn controls otherwise. Because that is, like, annoying me. Wait, hold on. Daddy sense? Oh my god, I have daddy sense. Is anything actually used for E? It's not, is it? No. E. Let's go. Yeah! Lowering! Can I get through? Also, I think my webcam is a little bit out of the... Wait, hold on. Where the fuck am I... Sorry for all of this, chat. Tis what happens when you have a streamer that's, like, really picky about getting shit to be right. Maybe that's a good spot. Nah, good enough. Oh. Damn, that's crazy. Hi. Goodbye, my friending. You're dead. Now, lady, what do you got on you? Some canned beans. Gee, I wonder what the passcode is. Oh wow, the game isn't even trying. Ooh, did she get trapped in here?
My husband is such a perfect idiot. Throws away all his spending money on gene tonics to affect a look of physical fitness. So he'll have an excuse to sit on his rear all day listening to radio serials. Steven, I tell him, you want to be fit? Come swim laps with me, the old-fashioned way. It's your mind that's atrophying. Maybe I'll start sneaking some brain boost into his daily regimen.
Ah, yes. You're taking too many supplements and you're just not having real progress. So I'm gonna sneak some supplements to get you away from your supplements. Like, the fuck? That's like trying to cure a drug addict. He had the right idea. No, because what she was saying was it was just a look. It wasn't actual, like, muscle. Ah. Daddy? What? Sorry, Daddy? Just ask splicers, yeah. The very idea of having a big daddy with
Daddy was sleeping. For
plasmid
such a long
powers
time,
is terrifying.
And Eleanor has missed you. Find her and you'll be all better. Daddy!
Hey, is that P. Diddy? Hey, yo, P. Diddy? Fuck's sakes. Oh, fuck. I realized that I'm in front of the, Do y'all actually care about the... Fuck, I'm gonna be over here then. Screw it. I'm gonna be over here. Chat. Sorry, you're going back up above me. I keep being in front of sensitive information.
I heard the altar saying, "True and righteous are your judgments, O Lord."
Oh, yes. Looks like we're running low on sunshine.
Oh.
Darling!
You're running low on sunshine, huh? But you are my only sunshine.
Serpent!
Bonk. Yeah, let's bring power to this place. Anything else for me to loot?
At last, a signal. You, who are bringing this dead city to life, listen. My name, it is Tannenbaum. I know who you are, and I am in much need of your help. Please, find me in the Atlantic Express train station.
It is Tannenbaum. I know who you are. This is your third playthrough. Please find other games to play. Please, for love of all that is holy. Find something else.
To my daughter, Eleanor, soon you will be born, and Rapture will be your home. You shall be raised as I was, to advance the common good through social psychiatry. This city's potential is immeasurable, Eleanor, yet our beliefs are unwelcome here. Life will be difficult, but the price of revolution is always dear. If we are patient with her, Rapture will come to us.
Yes. Fry.
This is Dr. Sophia Lamb with a message for the people. Remember, you are not alone. Think of me
I think
not
they're
as
pretty
leader,
alone.
but as mother to the Rapture family.
Damn, that's crazy. I actually have almost full fuel, so I should probably start drilling people and not just smacking them. Aw, poor Rosie. There, buddy. There. Let me grab your rivet gun.
Save the likes of you!
I'm probably gonna be looking up a walkthrough, by the way, on where to find all the upgrade stations, because I really want to be kitted out to my... Hold on, what was that? What was the button to heal? It's not even bound. Why is that not bound? Fuck it. H. Yeah, some of these older titles, not very good, are they?
Barely made it down alive. But here it is. And it's real. Rapture.
It's real!
Thing took my poor baby girl.
Hold on a second. Real quick. Fuck, I'm gonna be covering up things no matter what. Maybe I just need to be smaller. Maybe that's my issue. I'm just so fucking big. Chat, I know what my problem is. I'm too big. That ought to be good.
From what I saw in the sub, most of the city's in ruins. But there were lights. here and there. And shapes. Moving. I'm rambling. Scared, I guess. But maybe, if I find this Dr. Lamb I keep hearing over the PA, I'll find Cindy.
Oh wow,
too.
they blew up his submersible. Mercible. Matt Mercible. Mercible Matt. Matt? Time to wash you with hot water then. Maybe you will shrink. But then I would just be medium-sized, Daddy. And that's not fun. Hey there, little one. I'm your daddy now.
Daddy, big sister doesn't want you playing with me.
You don't say. Oh, I think she mad. I think she real mad. What are you gonna do, big stepsister? Oh wow, she's barely taking any damage. Holy crap! I almost died instantly. Wait, what? Oh. Wow, she's taking like no damage. Hey, get the fuck back here! Bitch!
This is Dr. Sophia Lamb with a message for the people. Remember,
Message for the people or me? How you doing, Phoenix, by the way? Hope you're doing better.
to steal Adam is to steal from the Rapture family. Your family.
He's stealing from the family. Vin Diesel just popped a blood vessel. Hearing that. They stole from family? There's nothing stronger than family. Anything for me to loot? Nope. Yeah, this game looks also infinitely fucking better than Bioshock 1. I'll tell you that for fucking free. Okay, we seem to be good. Oh, well, that's just a bitch move. Uh-oh. But of course, being a big daddy, I literally have a submersible suit. Submersive suit. Submersible. Submersible? Yeah.
In that suit, even the ocean cannot harm you. This is good. But Rapture is the death of many great men. Alone, you will not last long. You can still reach the train station. Find me there.
I did miss... There, that one.
Diane insisted that we spend the weekend at the Adonis. And already I find myself seeking a respite from my vacation. And she deems it necessary to chide me for working. The words dissolve into an endless animal bleat.
Imagine calling your woman an animal.
Law and God. To live among those for whom work is our wage. Yet, when Diane speaks of bearing my child, I am given pause. Till now I had never considered my legacy. Perhaps after the new year.
So yeah, they're pretty much kind of retconning that Andrew kind of actually wanted a child.
All right, diary. Last entry. Lizzie and I, we found a sphere, and we're going home. Ain't that right, baby? Next stop, topside.
Oh, I love you. It was you who saved us, Sammy. It was
Yeah, Sophia Lamb does not want people to run. Okay, so as far as I remember, there's actually some parts left over from early development of Bioshock 1 or 2, I can't remember which one, where the idea was you would actually be doing, like, long-form, like, open-world exploration of the ocean depths. Not just inside a Rapture, but outside of its walls. That's why we have these fuel stations all over the place. Also, why it's even labeled in the first place. But I guess they ended up scrapping it because it was too much work. Because they pretty much just use these parts to, get you from point A to point B without having to use indoor interiors. Kind of a wasted opportunity in my opinion, because that's something that we would never be able to get from Jack. Because his body would literally collapse under the ocean pressure. With Big Daddies, well, they can't fucking be affected by the ocean water because, hey, they're wearing massive fucking suits. Toilet. Good lord. Oh, fuck. I fucked up. I always tend to take a jump off. God damn it. Welcome to Rapture, you beautiful city! And it's just... I feel like where Bioshock 1 was, like... was essentially the Dead Space 1 of its world. Basically introducing the world and everything to us and all the aspects of it. Bioshock 2 is where they took that and took it another step beyond. Not just in theme and visuals, but also... what about after Rapture fell and all the events after that fact? Because Jack has already left. Jack left years ago. Delta's been dead for that entire time. Trying to see if there's anything nearby. Cycle. Hey, look, chat, we're draining. We're draining the swamp. Sorry. Oh, okay.
Ah, Herr Delta. You arrive, as the little one said you would. Come upstairs to the ticket booth, and I will offer what I know of you.
Your Twitter handle is @daddy bottom. I don't know. I couldn't think of a good username.
3 this time. You understand that? 3.
Okay, this is kind of weird. Why would they even have diving gear if not for Big Daddies, considering Big Daddies are the only ones who are going to be out on the ocean floor anyway, so why would they even have a changing room for them? They would never be out of their suits anyway. There's no point. Hello. I heard you, buddy. Do you want a rivet to your face? That's right, buddy. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. No.
Now most who survive are like this. Splicers. They're drug addicts. Vicious animals.
And there's the hack tool. Long-range hackery-doos. Yeah, and I'll admit, while the original hacking puzzle was a lot more stimulating, thank fuck for this. Again, like I said earlier, this game is infinitely better in terms of gameplay mechanics than the original title ever was, because it takes the hacking elements and all the other elements and just makes them better. What the fuck? Oh, it's E. Right, it's E, not F. And if you time it correctly, you actually get bonuses for hacking things like that. Like now that little fucker is like more deadly. Again, Bioshock 2 is just infinitely better in terms of like gameplay mechanics. Come on.
Hey, cut it out already!
We don't
Bonk.
This is Dr. Sophia Lamb. Andrew Ryan is dead, but the tyrant dwells within us all. Remember, we reject the gene. We reject the self. We reject the tyrant.
Oh yeah, she's a super communist, I forgot. She shares a lot with Russian ideologies. I forgot about that. Or well, Soviet ideologies, I should say.
I'm told that the people grow tense and isolated in the absence of the sun. Now they clamor for a psychiatrist. Do they miss the state censor, I wonder? Wartime seizure of private assets? Or the Cheka police vanishing them in the night?
What?
Regardless, this Lamb woman is said to be the foremost practitioner in her field. Fine. If she can quiet the rattling of the Great Chain's weakest links, I will leave her to it.
This kind of just proves the point that Andrew Ryan was not a good leader. He wasn't. Because if he cannot fathom that people need sunlight, not just from a physiological standpoint, but a psychological standpoint, and he equates that to people wanting a psychiatrist equaling wanting to go back to state censorship, what sense does that make? Of course people turned against Ryan. He's a fucking idiot. He's an electrical genius, electrical engineering genius, but he's a fucking idiot of a human being. Like, that amount of sunlight is not gonna do anything. Oh. Hello, Aang. Oh. 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 Which one do I look at? Oh, all of them.
I know you. That symbol on your hand marks you a dead man. 10 years, Subject Delta. Since I watched you put a gun to your head.
It's Daddy Delta, thank you very much.
But take heart. Out of your pain, paradise was born. I don't know how you survived, but your suffering is over now. These men will ease your burden.
Oh.
Please understand that like all I have done, this is an act of
Oh, I'll rip them apart. Open up. I'll rip them apart, lady.
It is Sophia Lamb. She has found you.
Can't I just fight these guys? It's two people with fucking How did you... Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, well, that explains that. Hello. I'll tell you later. I'll tell you later if we don't get to like a decent point in the story. Because right now it's a little bit early to explain why. But suffice it to say, she is she's not insane, but she's not exactly mentally well.
Now you know of the enemy we share, Sophia Lamb. The camera in your helmet allows me to watch through your eyes and help you to fight her.
Because to explain her goal would be to spoil later down the game, later down the line of the game. But suffice it to say, her influence has made people go into actual, like, cult territories. Hence why we're seeing the butterfly. And also, I'm not confused yet.
Careful. Security cameras belong to Lamb. But if you are clever, they can be made to serve you.
Yeah, I know. I could just do this and just hack the fucker. See? You're... Ow! Fuck off. See what I mean, though? Even on hard difficulty, their amount of health just isn't enough to take even... Actually, let me just see. Okay, so unshocked, they actually do take a bit of beating. Oh? Thought I heard someone knock. But as it was shown in the intro cutscene there, yes, the little sister that was bonded to Delta is actually her daughter. Eleanor Lamb is actually Sophia Lamb's daughter, aka the little sister that we saw at the beginning of the game. And since having shot himself in the head, it has been 10 years. So Eleanor's grown up. And this is also taking place a few years... I think it's about 9, maybe even 10 plus years after the events of Bioshock 1. Maybe even longer than that. Because by the time... No, it would have been like something like 8 or 9 years after the events of Bioshock 1. The reason why is when we started walking around as Delta, you know, walking through, you know, the people... Rapture hadn't fallen yet. There was still a lot of, like, behind-the-scenes type of stuff that happened, you know, kind of like underground stuff, like, you know, people harassing little sisters, fighting off big daddies, and, like, the war hadn't fully broken out yet. Shortly after Delta was killed, well, he killed himself, technically, but he was ordered to kill himself, due to the big daddy hypnotized thing. Shortly after that, Jack arrived at Rapture, stirred up the problems. But of course, by then, Rapture was already a fucking war zone. The Rapture that we're seeing here is pretty much like, it's the remnants of what is still functional. Like, everything here is like on its last legs. Because Rapture is like, it's not doing good. Like, structurally. Oh.
Father, it's me, Eleanor. I know you're awake in there. I can feel it. Mother won't be able to toy with you like that ever again. This plasmid is for you. If I'm right, you can use it now. Please, find me.
Also, this game came out shortly after Bioshock 1 and 2, so the game was very much inspired by, I mean, the visual stuff is very much inspired by by Bioshock, by Borderlands.
You can even catch grenades and throw them back.
Evolve today. I love the aesthetics of this game. Fireflies. Oh. Well, I just hope this helps. Yeah, it will. Ah. Yeah. So Sophia was based. I mean, she definitely did her, like, parental duty and, like, making sure that her daughter was safe. And, like, you know, safe and sound. And she had all rights. Don't get me wrong. As we'll explore throughout the game, she had all rights to want her daughter back. But it's what she's done in the ends don't justify the means type of thing. And this game is going to be dealing a lot with, like, how acceptable, like, how far would you actually go for your child, and also, what is an actual parent? Rapture's falling apart from lack of maintenance, I would presume? Yeah. The Big Daddies are like more maintenance people originally turned into protectors. But on top of that, there was already unrest in Rapture long before the crises of things started happening.
Got the bomb.
And, you know, Frank Fontaine being a gargantuan asshole didn't help things.
There would be no Rapture without me.
Hello. Also, hi, Steve Bloom.
Atlantic Express.
Oh yeah, no, they're in full-on diving suits, like reinforced diving suits.
These days,
they are chunky guys. I think Delta stands at like 6 foot, like 7'2". Dude is huge.
And the city's just left me behind. Plenty of cash in the bank, though. This private vehicle craze will blow over soon.
No, it won't. No, it won't, buddy. I also love the commentary of just like, people stuck in their ways and be like, no one's gonna need their own private vehicle. We'll just be using commute trains and like have like commute systems. It's like, you underestimate people's willingness for independence.
These people are hooked on some
Mark
kind
Meltzer
of
here, by the way, is a name
called
that you need to remember.
Adam. I've read the word splicer scribbled on walls like a warning. One of them cornered me and Christ, his face. I had a gun, but I choked. And then out of nowhere, we both heard this singing. And he took off like hell on wheels. It sounded like a kid. A little girl. Cindy's alive. I know it in my gut.
Yeah, Mark Meltzer is a name that we're going to be seeing a lot of throughout this game. And yeah. Oh, wait. I thought there was a wrench there in the way. No. Damn it. Yes, it does. So, the sea slug that they found at the bottom of where they placed Rapture... Oh, fuck. Oh, you bitch.
Sophia Lamb is using the splicers against you. Most Big Daddies are like her slaves, guarding the little ones. But someone...
Oh, what is this?
Has
Oh,
awakened
Chad,
you.
this is a bitch. This is a bitch.
I know of your bond with Eleanor Delta. To save yourself, you will come for her. But Eleanor has a destiny, one you cannot share. There is no place for you in paradise.
This is paradise? POV, American cooking. Oh, being loud sometimes.
Maybe there's an odd number of folks down here, she said.
Do we have a line? Oh,
These people
that's not what I wanted
are
to do.
hooked on...
There we go.
White is not black, Dr. Lamb. Down is not up, and straw is not gold. Look around you. Rapture is no miracle. It is a product of reason. Impossible unless 1 and 1 are 2, and A equates to A.
And yet, alone, each man is a prisoner to bias.
True.
Dream, delusion, or the pain of a phantom limb. To one man, they are as real as rain. Reality is consensus, and the people are losing faith. Take a walk, Andrew. It is raining in Rapture, and you have simply chosen not to notice.
And see, she is 100% correct. Andrew Ryan got cocky. He became so cocksure of his own sense of morality that he never saw any of the future events coming. Frank Fontaine, Atlas, Dr. Zoom. Like, all of these characters all turned against him because he just refused to hear them out. Maybe she wasn't fully repaired, if she fully repaired Rapture in 10 years and allowed the little sister to escape, using the big sisters to mercy kill the splicers and work towards a cure instead of control the decay. What Sophia Lamb is trying to do is trying to create a society where everybody helps each other, no matter if they actually want to or not. Look at the couple in the bathysphere on the ocean flood that we just passed. In what would that be? No, not there. Escape from Rapture here.
All right, Diary. Last entry. Lizzie and I, we found a sphere, and we're going home. Ain't that right, baby?
So these people are trying to escape.
Topside.
Sammy and Lizzie Fletcher are trying to escape Rapture.
It was you who saved us, Sammy. It was you, Button. What was that? What's that sound?
She's seen us. It's Lamb. Torpedo! I'm trying to...
She literally will kill anyone trying to escape. That's why I'm saying that while she's not insane, she's not right in the head. She wants to bring a forced sense of communism, the betterment of the community, no matter the cost. That's where she is a villain in this story. And this is why I say that her getting the ends, like her ends, don't justify the means in which she gets them done. Because while, yes, she wants betterment for mankind, to force people to, like, agree with her in that sense is going completely against the very ideas of Rapture in the first place. And while she's 100% correct about Andrew Ryan, him being complacent, him just not, you know, thinking of the betterment of the whole of Rapture as opposed to just the capitalistic side of it, you know, what one man makes is what one man gets. You know, you get what you work for, no matter who wants to get in your way. So that's the capitalist side of this story, and what was already talked about in the first game, how the pursuit of this capitalism and this like self-strive, this strive for self-improvement and like none of the usual governmental stipulations getting in the way of it. The same thing for communism is exactly what Sophia Lamb is trying to accomplish. She's trying to accomplish communism and extreme socialism in Rapture, where there is no actual governmental body to stop her with regulation. Rapture is heaven for those that hate regulations. I'm not gonna spoil on the character yet. This is just from what we've seen. That and also, of course, inside knowledge. Not to mention, I also thought of these things long before I ever got past this point. I have a very keen ability to sometimes just flat out just nail how a character is. Sometimes I fail miserably.
In ethical psychiatry, we must account for the role of evolution. Depression, fits of panic, sexual pathos, all responses to ancient selection pressure.
Well, it's funny you say that.
The
it's funny you
irony
say that.
is that this theory is why Ryan's people invited me here. They mistake my study of natural law for the worship of competition. Remember, Eleanor, one must know the beast before it can be slain.
Well, I gotta reread. I gotta reread the transcript of that.
In ethical psychiatry, we must account for the role of evolution. Depression, fits of panic, sexual pathos, all responses to ancient selection pressure. The irony is that this theory is why Ryan's people invited me here. They mistake my study of natural law for the worship of competition. Remember, Eleanor, one must know the beast before it can be slain.
Okay, I'm not entirely sure what she's trying to get at with this. Well, she's trying to undermine natural selection and the course of nature? Also, what I was gonna say about that part with communism is, like a lot of games, both back then, where this game came out, in the original form, not the remastered form, but the original form, and even today, actual communism is not a form of government. It is a governmental mechanism to reset the government. Because an actual communist government is not a government. Communism is to take wealth, distribute it as equally and as equitable as possible, you know, make sure that people have what they need, and then slowly, over the course of multiple years, maybe even a decade or two, dissolve parts of government. It is a reset mechanism so that people can then, if they choose to, come together and form a new government from scratch. That's why, whenever anybody mentions communism, and they mention Russia and China, they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Because Russia is not a communist state. Neither is China. They're dictatorships. Flat out dictatorships. Factually speaking. Margaret? Hey, get back here! What the fuck was that? Extreme socialism is just communism. True socialism is just, okay.
Quickly,
Is it
head
possible
for
to
the
exist?
elevator.
I wouldn't say impossible. It's just, there's not enough resources for socialism to work. Like, not fully work. Oh, fuck.
But we're not done yet.
Alright, there we go. Drill! They wanted to use her studies to their benefit, but it backfired. It actually used it to downplay her successes to spy on Ryan, while also undermining him every second she got. Once she knows too much, yeah. Honestly, Andrew Ryan just doesn't even know what the fuck a psychiatrist even does. Like, fuck, he thought that people wanting a psychiatrist meant that they wanted to go back to, well, being slaves. To, like, governmental regulation. Like, how can you make that connection if you're not an idiot? I'm honestly thinking that Andrew Ryan, without being told so explicitly by the story writers, I think Andrew Ryan is actually autistic. He is an electrical genius, but he can't understand human interaction. Andrew Ryan was autistic. Probably not easily. They probably would have had to get like NDAs signed and whatnot, which kind of would have beaten the point.
Here is what the children tell me. You are a very old Big Daddy, bonded for life to a single little one.
Yep.
When you are apart for too long, your body begins to shut down like a coma. As long as the girl is in the rapture, you are trapped here as well. The name of your little one is Eleanor Lamb, daughter of Sophia. She is kept at Fontaine Futuristics on the other side of the city. You must go there and save her before it is too late.
Considering that he built Rapture 6,000 meters at the bottom of the ocean, he probably has the means, let's be real. Hi. Bye. Hey, what do you mean trap rivets will never fire at me? Oh, I guess they won't. Because here's the thing. Fontaine sent Jack, aka Andrew's bastard son, topside, so he can then live out a pseudo life. But he could also brainwash you into forgetting about Rapture. I don't know if Ryan was able to do that. I know that Dr. Suchong could do that stuff, because that's what they did with Jack Ryan. But Jack Ryan didn't even know that he was the son of Andrew Ryan and vice versa. For all he knew, up until the end of the game, was that he was just a dude on a plane that just crashed. He didn't know that he was getting brainwashed into causing the plane to crash. He didn't know that. So, for them to be able to place people above the ocean is not too far-fetched. Difficult to, like, leave legally, I suppose? Yes? But not impossible. Sophia Lamb, on the other hand, she's completely just fucking nuts.
Dr. Suchong's death was a nasty blow to the Protector program, but I'm gradually settling into his role, picking up the slack that his carelessness left behind. We are gaining steam again, but I'm not satisfied. Yes, the Big Daddy defends the girl, but he is programmed only for the fight. Like a sheepdog who wanders off unless a wolf is tearing at his flock. When no aggressor is present, he regards his little sister as he might a common houseplant. We need something more, something stronger, an unbreakable physiological bond.
No, it's not. Because that sphere was broken apart years. It was because when you arrive at Rapture as Jack Ryan, you are stuck in that bathysphere for a little bit because there's a spider splicer fucking up another splicer trying to escape all the same. And that spider splicer, after killing that dude, decides to just rip your bathysphere apart. Bearing in mind, I've been playing this game recently. I've been playing that game recently, so the memory's very fresh. Also because, you know, fourth fucking playthrough. So no, that bathysphere is not the same one. It would be a very massive coincidence for a pair of characters that don't even that weren't even that important. I think then the one I know the most about is Infinite. Yeah. Because that one is a lot more linear. What the fuck? I thought these lines was the fucking drone shooting. Oh, I know exactly what button to rebind that to. Hold on a second. Give me a una momentito. Where is it? Next ammo type. There we go. Perfect. Also, yes, if you didn't know, there's ADSing in this game. Well, kind of. Housekeeping.
You see? This is why I must fight Sophia Lamb. She is using the new little ones for something.
So yeah,
and
she's
I
all...
have returned to rescue them.
Oh.
If I do not, more children will die for my sins. And the Rapture nightmare, it will repeat forever. Now, we must talk.
Citizens of Rapture, this is Subject Delta. Behind that mask hides an enemy of the people, without soul or sympathy.
It is a beast apart, and as family, we must tear out its jaw and drive it back into the sea.
Lady, I can swim.
Lamb will take this place apart to find you.
Yes.
Please hold back the splicers until we escape.
All right. Wait, hold on, what? Where is it? Oh, there you are. Ow, 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 ow. I'm definitely taking a lot more damage than I remember.
Right. You can't ignore me.
Oh, that's a trap rivet. There we go. Held him off.
Thank you. Now I must leave you. And I am sorry for this, but there are others I must help before the city drowns. This man Sinclair, he is an ally, and will guide you to Eleanor. Goodbye, Herr Delta. And good luck.
So yeah, that's the... Oh.
Well, look at you. A bona fide knight in armor, complete with iron horse. The name's Augustus Sinclair Sport, Esquire. Old Tannenbaum and I share an interest in the old Fontaine building, the very same place you'll find Eleanor Lamb.
Ooh.
I think you and I can do business. Take the train to Ryan Amusements. I'll see you shortly.
Yeah. So yeah, Tannenbaum had a very short cameo in this game, and I'm not gonna lie, I feel like they could have just said, she's not coming back. She can't stand being back here again, which would still make sense. Because I feel like them modeling a whole fucking model for her that looks nothing like her original model. Then again, what I think they did for the original game is they just had one of the fucking female splicers with the poofy hair in her place. It's nice that we have an actual model for her, but I feel like if you're just gonna have her be a cameo, then come on. Why even bother? Because yeah, that's the last we're seeing of Tannenbaum. She's gone. She's gone from the game. That was it. Also, if memory serves, this game is very much like if you progress, you cannot go back. So that's why I'm kind of just looking all over the place. I'm assuming Sophia turned the little sisters into big sisters to use her means. Yes, but also they came back. Okay, I'm giving away too much. Sorry. Fucking hell, that is loud. Fucking hell, that is loud.
Whoa there. Now better apply the brakes unless you're aiming to dash yourself against that glacier up ahead.
Oh, damn it. They froze the fucking door. God damn it. That's not what they mean by water cooling. God damn it. I'm gonna reduce the volume of that by a couple of decibels.
As you can see, Chief, the station here's iced over. To reach Eleanor Lamb at Fontaine headquarters, we'll have to clear the way. Now, in order to melt that ice, you'll need a plasmid, like a handful of hellfire. We used to sell a fine old product called Incinerate in the amusement park up yonder. Go on and find a way in. I've already been on all the rides.
Ah, yes. What do kids want to play around with? I want to play around with a doll. I want an action figure. I want a toy gun. What do you want, little Timmy? I want to burn everything. great! We have a plasmid for that! Yay! Oh, fucking hell. Ads heresy in my Bioshock. Yeah. I apologize for the ad breaks, peeps. Can't do anything about it. But you can do something about it. You can subscribe to the channel or get Twitch Turbo. We are but the stones to pave the way. Vita chamber. I also don't know. I can't remember exactly why Delta is able to use the Vita chambers. But, yeah.
Eleanor is progressing brilliantly. My physical participation in her birth was minimized, of course. It is vital that I am unhindered by nature's crude bias. I will be, above all, her intellectual progenitor, loyal not to her, but to the people she will ultimately save. But I admit, it is with some measure of pride that I review her marks in standard intelligence tests. As an agent of our beliefs, she may surpass even me.
Damn, they already started talking about it this early, huh? Okay.
Cloud,
ow! Fuck me.
Fucking Cloud! You think you're so fun? Go ahead, ruin it.
Hello?
Oh, we gotta get under something.
So if Bioshock 1 takes place in 1960 and Bioshock 2 starts in 1958, then times you... Oh, yeah, absolutely. Oh, he could have. Instantly. But his war with Atlas and Fontaine took his priority. He wasn't bothered with some psychiatrist. To him, that was beneath him. He had to deal with the competition. Not to mention that he didn't really do anything. Like, she didn't even do anything during the war. She basically just wanted her daughter back. Either because she actually wanted her daughter safe, or because, you know, her little precious protege was getting kidnapped.
You're a rare old model, son. Alpha series, I believe. Now, Rapture's full of scientific wonderments just like you. And if we can sell them to the world at my price, well, curing your condition ought to be a cakewalk. Once we find Eleanor, the sky's the limit.
But we're underwater, though. Ah, there we are. First upgrade. Gonna wait with that for a second, though. Because I'm kind of metagaming here a little bit.
I was hired to engineer a park the likes of which no man has seen. Now all I do is watch over it like a grizzled sheepdog. My first line of mechanical puppets made the children here cool with wonder. But Ryan thought my vision was immature. Antiquated, he said. This place could have been something magical. But instead, he turned it into a school. No, a cathedral. Dedicated to himself.
Yeah, again, it just confirms that Andrew Ryan, without even knowing it, and especially considering it's the 1960s, 1950s, depending on when he actually built the place. Because, wait, hold on. If Bioshock takes place in 1960, okay, yeah, okay. Because in the 1960s...
Hack the door controls.
Like I was saying, one thing one gotta bear in mind is this is the 1960s. Rapture was built in 1944. It is 15 years later that everything takes place in Bioshock 1. Which, strangely enough, actually makes Jack Ryan possibly at most 15 years old. I just thought of that. Huh. Jack Ryan is 15 years of age. Rapture fell to a 15-year-old. I just realized that.
I should pop it open.
Yes, I know that, Sinclair. I fucking know. Shut your whore mouth.
Pretty angel. Pretty hair. dirty hair.
Hey.
Can I help to play again, Mr. B?
Hey, I'm right here, honey. I'm right here. Hey, 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 hey! Hey! Get back here, though. Fucking bitch. Keep going.
Jam dandy. That'll get you in the park. But buying Incinerate's gonna cost Adam. It's
Adam.
a sort of genetic goo that lets you rewrite whatever God gave you. The little sisters carry the stuff, as you may recall, so you'll need to locate one. I heard whispering near the El Dorado Lounge. Have a look.
See, this is why I was holding off on using this. Oh yeah, buddies. Oh yeah. It's fucking happening. Booyah! First upgrade to the machine gun done. 50 caliber machine gun. Oh my god. This is a 50 caliber minigun.
Get yourselves in! No fuck-ups this time! Daddy's home! Again! Fire!
That is terrifying.
Oh, you cad!
Fuck off, lady. Die already. Nobody asked you. Yay. To the amusement part, chat. To the amusement part. Let's fucking go.
I am Andrew Ryan. Welcome to Ryan Amusements. Please enjoy the park.
Sorry, lady. Sorry, lady. I started to a few years ago. Okay, so if this is 1968, and it was 10 years ago that Rapture, where Delta got shot in the face, I would hazard that, I mean, considering that Jack Ryan is technically supposed to be an adult, I think, honestly, they just fucked up on the timeline. I think that... Fuck, the timelines are a little bit confusing, because clearly they didn't actually, like... Because here's the thing. They didn't fully, politically speaking, up until Rapture went into anarchy. It started falling apart. It wasn't fully collapsed, because it's difficult to say, because the timeline's a little bit funky. Because if you think about it, even if they started research, even if Frank Fontaine, aka Atlas, started constructing the means of Andrew Ryan's downfall in 1944, which is when Rapture was finalized, not started building, but finalized, that still would have only been 15, 16 years of Jack Ryan having existed. And that would have been from 44 to 60. Basically, when it was no longer safe to be just in Rapture. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, to be fair, unless you were a complete, like, capitalist to begin with and you followed the ideals of Andrew Ryan, you were pretty much not safe in Rapture to begin with. Because it's a con artist's wet dream. There's no regulation down there. Like, keep this in mind. All the regulations and all the governmental oversights that we have today are a product of the fuck-ups and scams and con artistry from just a few decades ago. All the regulations that we have today are built on the sweat and blood and dead bodies from failed things. Like, there's a reason why construction workers have to have, you know, protective helmets and safety gear and like easily visible clothings on work sites, because it was proven that without them, these things made working these conditions more difficult and even deadly. Rapture has none of that, because Andrew Ryan did not want any governmental regulation or oversight to get in the way of the vision, so to speak. So he found a place for Rapture and built it there. Which is still completely fucking impossible, because the amount of steel that Rapture would need supersedes all the potential steel found in the 1940s or even 1950s, all the way up until today. We're talking about a city that is comprised of 80% steel. Think about that. Were you saying Jack Ryan's age was a plot hole by chance? I think, honestly, his age is a plot hole. Because if you look at him in the photograph, like during the brief flashback, he looks a lot older than just a 15-year-old. But then again, people back in those days did look older than they actually are. So, I don't know. Maybe this was literally a case of he's just a teenager. I don't know. Let's actually do some Googling. Let's do some Googling. Jack Ryan Jack Ryan age Bioshock. Oh no, okay, no, we're both wrong. We're both wrong. Yeah, I just read that just now. It makes sense. That would also explain why Andrew Ryan would never have thought of him being his son. Oh my god. Rapture fell to a baby. That's kind of fucking funny. I still dislike that we didn't really get a full-on picture. Yeah, he was born in 1956. So if that was 4 years... Wow, he was 6'2". He was 6'2". Huh. Interesting. He was a tall motherfucker. Oh, absolutely. Trying to see here. I'm trying to read here on the Wikipedia real quick. That's a lot. Right, that's her goal. I forgot about that. Now I actually remember what Sophia Lamb's goal is, and it terrifies me. But yeah. Let's see, what was it? Oh, move slightly faster. Sweet. So, yeah. What was the thing being said earlier, by the way? I kind of lost track. Maybe. That even started all of that? But yeah, Lil Sister, Big Daddies, these are all just commercial names for the, I guess, pieces of property if you're looking at it from that perspective. God, I just love Bioshock. Talking about when Rapture started to fail. Ah, yeah. Because it definitely started it started failing due to bureaucracy and a complete failing to understand what Rapture needed.
Just let
Yeah, maybe they should have upgraded the drill's damage. Just maybe. You know, I'm gonna try something. This might be too fucked up. Let's see what happens. Oh wow, holy shit, this is really distorted. Yeah. So start to end for societal. Oh god, yeah.
So, you think you're getting out of here?
Fuck you. Oh, that is beyond fucked. That is beyond fucked. Oh, and what he said too. You're not getting out of here alive. That does not help this moment right now. Please.
Darling, just close your eyes. I hope it's over quickly.
No, 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 Shaw. No, 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 that works. That works way too well. That works way too fucking well. Holy shit. Oh, please. I gotta clip that. Holy fuck, that is funny. That is fucking hysterical.
You think you're getting out of here?
Fuck you.
So, you think you're getting out of here?
Fuck you. Oh god, yeah. Oh god, yeah.
So, you think you're getting out of here?
Fuck you. My fucking face. Oh, that is beyond fucked. That is beyond fucked. Oh, and what he said too. You're not getting out of here alive. That does not help this moment right now. Please.
Darling, just close your eyes. I hope it's over quickly.
No, 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 Shaw. No, 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 that works. Oh god, yeah. That is fucking hysterical. That is fucking hysterical. Stacked. Oh my god. Oh, fuck's sakes, Brandon, that makes it even worse! Oh my god, that is the funniest thing today. Apply.
Fuck you.
I fucking love the clip name that I made for it. It's so bad. At least it's not an island. Oh, fucking hell.
So, you think you're getting out of here? I don't think so.
These fucking lines are gold. These fucking lines are gold. Holy fuck. Oh, I gotta make that into a proper TikTok. Oh no. Come on, man. That's way too fucking funny.
Used to be there was no margin in running the gift shop. I couldn't hardly sell off this tourist crap for a penny more than the cost of manufacture. Then I met a straight shooter named Sinclair, and he laid a sweet deal on me. Says he's got some hard luck folks down at Popper's Drop can whip up this junk at half the cost I used to pay. Yeah, I had to pick a needle or two out of the shipments, but all in all, nobody's the wiser, and I'm all the richer.
Oh, that is fucking funny. Man, I needed that. That shit was fucking funny. Oh, my lord. I mean, the jokes do write themselves, don't they? They really just write themselves. Holy fuck.
What's going down?
Holy fuck, that is funny.
Busted pile of junk. You broke it, didn't you, Edna? Everything you touch turns to shit.
Mean.
What?
You're mean, Roger. It was probably your clumsy, fat hands that loused it up.
Typical fraud. Stay away from things.
Non-believer, you defile the lamb. I'm not speaking to you.
And we don't even know,
Seems like everybody's on the go these days.
we don't even really know, where did they get the name Epstein from? Oh, that shit is fucking funny.
Buddy, but you still haven't experienced Ryan Industries' new spring line of plasmids. Isn't it about time you got caught up? Evolve today.
Evolve today, day. I barely touched it. In what country is there a place for people like me? Andrew Ryan. Yeah, gee, I wonder who else would have said that. Oh, hello.
We lost another of the Alpha Series protectors today in testing. Somewhere outside the city limits, he simply vanished. For these men, Rapture has no walls. We must find a method of conditioning them against abandonment of the Little Sisters. Something physical, possibly even lethal. The lab aides are starting to call them Big Daddies. Perhaps there's some genius to that. Bonded pairs, connected by a love that kills.
basically, the further away they are from each other, the more, the faster they start dying down. Basically, their bodies are telling the big daddies that, hey, the thing that you need to survive, yeah, you don't have that anymore. And to put it mildly, they definitely did not give a flying fuck about the ethics down here. Which is why this place is an absolute haven for scam artists. Oh yeah, no, he's dying actively right now. He's actively dying. And he can't, if he leaves Rapture, he's dead instantly. Because he's too far away from Eleanor. The only reason why he's still alive right now is probably because of the relative proximity to Eleanor. That's presumably the only reason why he's even remotely alive right now. Because, hey, he got shot in the head.
Until you arrive, Father, I'm trapped here. Smuggling these gifts out is the most I can do to help.
Drill power. Power of the drill.
In ethical psychiatry, we must account for...
Eleanor Lamb speaking. Mum says I'm not to play with the other children because they're being raised on a diet of dog-eat-dog. I wanted to see these dog eaters, so I waited until Mum was gone and went out to find one. And guess what? The dog eaters wear human skins. It makes them look just like us.
This is what happens when you have a psychopathic therapist mother. So I don't know if you noticed it at the beginning of when we started getting to actually like move around. We woke up in front of a Vita chamber. We were revived via that. However, it doesn't explain how we were able to. Because Vita chambers are only available to those with access, with genetic access. Okay. 3, 5, 4, fum. I have a little sister. Don't come. Yeah, I just love this hacking game a lot more than the original.
Now that big daddy won't bite until you do. But to get to Lil Sis, you gotta put the old boy down for good.
Oh, I will. Does he have to cross into that? Oh, and yes, this is the most broken-ass way to deal with a big dadder. Hey, 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 hey! I ain't touching you. Yeah. Uh-oh. Wow, he took all of those and barely got hurt. No! Bob the drone! Bobbert, no! Do not unzip me. I ain't no zip file. You're no WinRAR. You haven't paid for the license! Ow! Ow!
Take a breath, son. You did it. Now, just let her ride on your shoulders and she'll trust you like her own daddy.
Her own big daddy. Big daddy. Big daddy. Yeah, they used to scare me too.
was my little girl.
Yeah,
She
same.
was gorging herself on blood from a corpse. It wasn't her. I stared, just reeling. And then that skinny, armored freak that took Cindy jumped me, shrieking like an animal. I escaped, but could Cindy have become one of those things? I've got to find her, now more than ever.
So this right here is literally crocodile tears moment. Ooh.
Always safe with Daddy.
I don't know. I don't even know who she is. Yeah. We got a little daughter. We got a little daughter.
There are corpses all over Rapture, and little Dimples there can sniff out the atom on them. Find one.
Oh, we got a hold R.
We must therefore eradicate tyranny at the genetic level.
It's daddy sins. It's daddy sins.
That is the family.
Oh look, Adam.
Turn off the lights.
We're using our daddy senses. It's the power of daddy.
She's got a juicy one, but when she starts draining out the atom, the splashers will come running. Be ready before you set her down on that body.
I'm gonna be fucking ready. I'm gonna be fucking ready. I'm gonna go around and hack it. Bro, I said I'm gonna go around and hack. Oh. Oh, yeah. Anything else? We have 3 trap rivets left.
Just put her right
Oh
down
my
on
god,
that
Sinclair, eat a dick! I didn't ask! Fucking Christ. Alright. I'm gonna snooze this ad. There we go. And we're just gonna get started.
Adam, Daddy.
Come on, girl. Go and stick the old man with your needle.
Family, not a toy for you to exploit and discard.
Oh, like you're about to do with Eleanor?
Expire here. One more forgotten curio in Ryan's shrine to the self.
Here they come. Keep the splicers off her now till she's finished, or they'll never give up the hunt.
Ow, fucking hell! They hurt my ass! This is why I love this game more than the original in terms of gameplay, because you can just shock them while you're reloading. Oh crap, they're coming through there. That's fucking funny.
Are we gonna be together again, Dad?
Yes, we are, honey.
Now you know the stakes, son. But a plasmid costs a bit more atom yet. Keep it up.
Sorry, I had to be toxic. I had to. Hi.
Smell the Adam, Daddy?
Oh, I did. Oh, I smelled the atom. Oh, hey, money. Sweet.
Why, hello there. My name is Andrew Ryan. I built the city of Rapture for children just like you, because the world above had become unfit for us. But here, beneath the ocean, it is natural to wonder if the danger has passed. If those we left behind will ever come to their senses.
Told you about this one.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
What might befall us on the surface?
Helloing. Adam is a pseudonym for Epstein-related behaviors. Fuck's sakes. This really isn't going to be a running gag in this entire bit, isn't it? Andrew Ryan may have been the mastermind, but it's Epstein's Island after all. Epstein. Did we ever get to know what Epstein's Island was even called? I think we know now. It's called Rapture, isn't it? That is fucking funny.
This isn't so bad at all.
The fucking YouTube video is gonna be called, I don't think Andrew Ryan, founder of Rapture, on Epstein's property. Rapture, Epstein's property. It was all for the little angels. Fuck's sakes. Oh, fucking hell.
Stench. God, like the horses' stables.
I think all of the children have finally fallen asleep. And now that the park is all quiet, I can't sleep myself. I guess it's just you and me, Mr. Voice Recorder. You, me, and 1959. I wonder what the new year will... What was that? Something's happened. The lights are going out. Kids, stay in your sleeping bags. It's gonna be fine.
We know now when it broke down. New Year's Eve of 1959. I remember now. Remember in the party halls with the water, with the circular water and like the and the first like audio recorder where they actually hear like all the commotion happening on New Year's Eve. So it's exactly on the first day of 1959. So a full year later is when Jack Ryan arrives at Rapture in that point. So yeah, Delta would have been dead for a full 2 years, for close to a year before because it was in 1958 in March, if memory serves.
All gone now. I want Come on, exert yourself.
Bitch. I don't want to take it. I don't want to take it. Knowing Rapture, there's probably futas all over the place. Yeah, you fucking heard me. It wouldn't be outside of the laws of reality if there were somebody down in Rapture who liked futanari. Let's be real. It would very much be possible. Let's be real, chat. If there's one fictional place that would feasibly be able to have futanari, just saying.
On the surface, the farmer tills the soil, trading the strength of his arm for a home and lands of his own. But the parasites say no. What was yours is ours. We are the state. We are gone. We demand our share.
He really... You know, Andrew Ryan really isn't any better. Andrew Ryan really is just a fucking asshole. Like, he went on and on and on about how, oh, the government takes what you made and, like, what you reap is not what you sow type of thing. Meanwhile, he's literally indoctrinating the entire... And, like, calling, like, the government out for, like, indoctrinating people into servitude. Meanwhile, he's doing the exact same fucking thing. Again, Andrew Ryan is an autistic man. Well, was, technically. It makes more and more sense now. It also makes sense why he just would not be able to fathom why he started feeling like he wanted a child. He just wasn't comprehending his own thought processes. Because it just didn't make any sense to him. And he treated everything like it was just a thing to do. Because let's be honest, Rapture is a miracle. He was able to build something at the bottom of the fucking ocean that even in today's day and age is not even feasibly possible.
Stop following me!
Oh. No way. No shot the game just fucking crashed. No, 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 no. Oh no, oh hell no, oh come on. Oh my god, that's 40 minutes ago!
Whoa there. Now better apply the brakes unless you're aiming to dash yourself against that glacier up
Oh,
ahead.
that's irritating. Oh, that's really irritating. Okay. For the recording, I'm gonna pause.
The sky.
For the recording, I went with the upgrade for the drill. For drill.
I know the surface, Eleanor. I spent
I
half a
unpause recording real
lifetime
quick.
there in service of the common good. But then, I heard my own words twisted by fat old men squatting over the embers of Hiroshima. Were the modern world a patient in my care, I would diagnose it suicidal. On perhaps that point alone, Andrew Ryan is correct. Rapture is deliverance.
Okay.
Now that Big Daddy won't bite until you do. But to get to Lil Sis, you gotta put the old boy down for good.
Oh, I know, buddy. I know. Wait, hold on. When the fuck did I get heavy rivets? I restarted the recording real quick, just to get this fight again. Brother. You're actually just being fucking annoying. Yeah, you're just gonna not do anything against me. Ow. Okay. Oh, it's fucking empty. I'm gonna unzip him. Boy, if you don't... Fucking asshole.
Take a breath, son. You did it. Now, just let her ride on your shoulders and she'll trust you like her own daddy.
She fucking better. I spent a lot of resources getting this bitch. Alright, back to pause. Okay, and we're back. Hopefully this time I won't fucking crash.
Stupid machine!
You're telling me, buddy. And he gone. Oh.
Here's the angel.
I've been rationing rationing my supplies ever since the park got cut off
Oh,
from
some
the rest
fiddle.
of Rapture. Gotta stay strong. I'm holed up in this workshop, surrounded by those wailing brats, trying to beat their way in. They want my food, my guns. They want it all. But I got a plan. Gonna fix up the transport sub that's been rusting in the maintenance bay. Then I'm gonna get the hell out of this hole. These animals want Rapture? They can have it.
Yeah, one has to wonder when it's actually worth sticking around versus just leaving. And clearly, he found his limit. Pussy. Where is it? Where the corpse at?
This way.
Wait, what? Oh, there it is. I don't know why I couldn't see it. Come on, honey. Do your shit.
I do not hate you, Delta.
Oh, that's a load of
Indeed,
bullshit, and you fucking know
I
it, lady.
care for you in equal measure to any other sentient creature. But I cannot sacrifice 1,000 of my children for one rebellious son.
Your children? You're barely their adoptive mother. That doesn't even make any sense. Like, you basically wanted nothing to do with Rapture until you realized what you could do with it. Bitch really is fucking crazy.
Give it away.
Fuck off from my little shit. Oh my god, no, fucking turret is fucking me over. Oh, I'll unzip them, alright. Schmuck. Schmuck. Damn it, I'm out of Eve. Whew.
Come on, Daddy.
Aw, good little girl, come here.
Nicer than other
Come here.
daddies.
Come here.
All right, Chief. We've almost got enough Adam now. To get
The
the
drill
rest,
fuel.
you'll have to take care of that little sister. There should be one of the air vents they favor in the workshop. Bring her down there.
Wake shop. I'm not coming back here, so I'm just grabbing that. Anything down here? Nope.
Trash for scraps to eat.
Let's take a look around. Oh, and definitely save.
Lamb is becoming a problem. The woman is a damned collectivist. Here in Rapture, how could the council fail to see it?
You're the one who hired her!
Despite her intent, she gulls these patients of hers into a religious frenzy. A new Kremlin will rise and swallow the council house before they realize they've been had. By the parasite, whatever its guise. It is time, I think, to call Sinclair.
Oh. Oh, so Sinclair was his dude. Wait, so that means that Sinclair technically works for Andrew Ryan in conjunction with Tenenbaum. But Tenenbaum is against Andrew Ryan too. So wait, hold on.
Rapture is a paradise of the ego, Eleanor. Under Ryan, the voices of an entire city sing the virtues of greed and pride. But truth, rather, is in the body. Already they grow weary of struggling against one another in fruitless competition. Observe the bent backs, the drawn
I wouldn't say
faces.
pointless.
Ryan promised us more, they seem to say. In what shall we now believe? And Eleanor, it is our task to answer.
So the problem with that is there's nothing wrong with healthy competition. That's how you grow both in industry, technology, and progress. What Andrew Ryan did was have the entire point of Rapture be only the competition. He doesn't actually care about progressing anything. He just cares about making things for the sake of making it and calling it your own. That was his problem. And much like extremists on both sides. Yeah.
Power of his mind in a single
Yep,
miraculous
exactly.
idea and naturally begins to rise above his fellows. But the parasite,
Which is also why Windows is
discovery must be regulated. It must be controlled. And
hold on, I'm gonna replay this in a bit. And that's also one of the reasons why Windows 11 is getting such carte blanche as it is to do whatever the fuck they want. Who are they who's their competition? Who's Windows's main competition? It's Mac OS. It is Mac OS followed in a very distant third place in Linux users. Sure, there's probably some other operating systems out there, but let's be real. Windows operating system has the absolute majority of users on the planet. Even if Mac machines got $500 to even $1,000 like cheaper, they would still struggle selling to gamers. Because even game developers don't like programming for macOS. Honestly, if Linux ran better for gaming as a whole and was more user-friendly, it would be the best OS. It already is! SteamOS is a Linux-based OS. Problem is, you gotta know programming language and execution commands to run it properly. You gotta know the system inside and out. Windows is still user-friendly. Apple OS is for those that don't give a fuck and just want it to work, no matter how costly it is. The only reason why people still like Apple OS is because it's fucking easy. It's the most brain-dead operating system. Really? The main issue for gaming is... Okay, well, I don't know about that. I can't speak on that part. I can only speak on what Pirate Software has said about, So basically, there's actually, you know, I'm not gonna do that because it's probably gonna copyright claimed. So Pirate Software, aka Thor, a guy who has a massive like resume in both game development and also, you know, security sector. He has a game. He's been developing games on his own with his team. And he explained that in order to get a game on Windows, you just compile it for Windows. But for Mac OS, you have to compile it first on Windows, then you have to buy a license key, then you have to program in Xcode, which is apparently a fucking nightmare. And then, if you fail on that, you gotta buy a whole separate new license key. All for the entire demographic of 0.02% of all of their games. For their entire marketplace. That's the reason why nobody programs for macOS anymore. Or even back then. It's not that Mac machines aren't powerful. I had a friend who ran an old iMac, like a big fucking iMac desktop, for at least 10, 14 years before he got a new one. Mac machines are workhorses, but that's what they are. Workhorses, not gaming rigs. Because Windows and Linux, you literally just compile from the engine. There's a reason why nobody ports from Mac OS outside of very specific circumstances. Or if the developers just really, really wants to. I'm gonna snooze that ad. I'm snoozing it. Because I actually like this conversation. It's actually important to me. And yeah. And because of that barrier to entry and just like that general wall of just annoying work to like even get it to work, developers are just gonna take the easy way and just say, fuck that shit, we're just gonna program for Windows. And as a result, games on Windows is pretty much the only way to go. And even if you do get a game on Mac OS, there's no guarantee that shit's gonna run well. There's no guarantee that it's not gonna crash more often or even be more stable or as stable as a Windows version. There's no guarantee of that. Who knows if they know how to program for Xcode? And that, as a result, has given Windows the complete monopoly on gaming rigs. And as a result, because of how massive gaming has become over the last 3-4 decades, they have the entire gaming industry user base in a complete ball grip. True. Fucking true. That is unbelievably fucking true. There are so many games today that run like absolute dog shit. And I don't know if it's because they want to focus on the CPU processing the game, for whatever fucking reason. Or if they just don't know how to program. Yeah, Jesus Christ, don't even fucking begin. Not to mention with all of the fucking issues of just programming languages becoming outdated. The worst engine for PC. Is it really? I mean, I know it looks pretty as fuck, but is it really that bad? Oh god, okay. I did not know. I don't think I've played any games in UE5. Maybe I have? I don't know. What to even say, really? Also, I'm just gonna save her real quick, just in case it crashes. Is known for shader compilation stutters and CPU limited. See, that's one thing that I just don't understand. Why the fuck are games these days so heavily dependent on the CPU? Like, if I open up Task Manager right now, fucking now, and I look at Bioshock 2 specifically, it is using currently 17.7 or 17.5 all the way up until 19% of the GPU. And also using about 10.5% of the CPU, taking up roughly 990 megabytes of VRAM. Apex Legends, if I launch that right now, will take up the entire CPU and massive chunks of the GPU. I don't know why the fuck games are even remotely touching the CPU to begin with. I don't understand. Yes, CPUs are faster, but the GPU is supposed to be for games. For like 3D rendering, for like game compilation. Why the fuck are the GPUs not prioritized anymore? Meanwhile, GPUs are just running higher and higher in performance demands. Every game made in UE5 so far has had memory leaks, CPU limitations. Developers don't know, and developers don't optimize their games using the tweaks in UE5 to compile. They just compile without the tweaks most of the time. The real issue. I mean, that just screams of people not having any passion or like respect for their own work. That just sounds like people just try to get a paycheck, to me. Because if I'm having a project, say a video editing project, I'm not gonna sit there and not do like, you know, fine tuning of stuff. I'm not gonna sit there and just be like, cut, subtitle in, drop, done. I'm going to sit there. I'm going to tweak those things. Be as good as possible before I even remotely ship a fucking preview copy. I didn't even know that Stalker 2 had a new game. I didn't even know that Stalker 2 was a thing. it has the most. Oh Jesus! Oh wow, that is no bueno. That is no bueno. But yeah.
On the surface, the scientist invests the power of his mind in a single miraculous idea and naturally begins to rise above his fellows. But the parasites say no. Discovery must be regulated, it must be controlled, and finally, surrendered.
The final bit is a little bit more of propaganda from the 1960s, 1950s. No, actually 40s. But the first two things that are actually like against Andrew Ryan with this, he wholeheartedly disapproves of regulation and control checks of anything. And this proves it. He thinks that regulating a product is a bad thing. Again, this is the scam and con artist's fucking wet dream. Because there's the reason why we have regulations of products and safety regulations and like control of these products and whatever the hell comes out of, well, people's, you know, experiments and whatnot, is to make sure that it hasn't been produced in an unethical way or, worse, dangerous. What if this guy had just made arsenic? Drinkable arsenic. Of course this shit's gonna be regulated and controlled. It's fucking arsenic! Or this guy made a pill to make people pedophiles or whatever the fuck. Or maybe this guy found a way to make cancer, to create cancer cells. Of course the hand of the government's gonna come down and regulate that shit. Just because it's for research doesn't mean that it's not fucking dangerous. Runs at 40 FPS on your... Oh, Jesus. Yeah, that's bad. That's bad. But one would... Then I have to ask, as a non-game programmer and, like, non-game developer, although I desperately wanted to be at one point. Actually, I still do. I just don't have the skills for it. If you were to actually tweak and optimize the things that you create in UE5, would that still produce unoptimized games? Or is this just a case of crunching the numbers and getting games out as fast as possible? Because if it's the latter, then I don't feel like that's a problem with the engine. I feel like that's a problem with the games industry and the pressure it put on game developers. If anything. Now, this second part here.
Strives to frame his ideals in an image, to challenge his audience and make his vision immortal. But the parasites say, no, your art must serve the cause. Your ideals endanger the people. An artist strives to frame his ideals in an image, to challenge his audience and make his vision immortal. But the parasites say, no, your art must serve the cause. Your ideals endanger the people.
Andrew, this is literally what you say. Andrew fucking Ryan, what you are doing is exactly what your hand of the government does. Comes in and says, no, your ideology is dangerous to the people. I must shield people from this message. Andrew Ryan is not just an autistic man, he's a fucking hypocrite. Like, I get where he's coming from, but he literally has not seen a mirror. This is exactly... This might as well be his hand. This is Frank Fontaine. Or Atlas. Or Tenenbaum. Or even Sophia Lamb.
An artist strives to frame his ideals in an image, to challenge his audience and make his vision immortal. But the parasites say, no, your art must serve the cause. Your ideals endanger the people.
And how does that not reflect you, Andrew Ryan? Not even a hypocrite anymore, he's just manipulative. I mean, yeah, manipulative or not, it's still hypocritical. Because he's saying that the government censoring art is bad. Meanwhile, the message being that government censoring someone else's vision is a bad thing. Meanwhile, he, the government of Rapture, is going around censoring the competition. Because he didn't start the... While he didn't start the war with Fontaine, he sure as fuck kept it up. He agitated people to begin with. Rapture was falling apart long before Fontaine ever started his bullshit. He just lit the fires with more gasoline. Andrew Ryan is still that very, very hand, in my opinion. He tells you one thing to get your trust, meanwhile knowing he's that wrong. Thing is, he doesn't believe he's wrong. He believes that he's fully justified because it's his city. And because it's his city, he gets to control it however he pleases. He is a dictator. He is the dictator of Rapture. Well, was. So, this entire message is just hypocritical as fuck. At least this one you could argue for. This one just completely disproves him entirely. I view the action as being hypocritical, but I don't think he's a hypocrite himself. He's... Okay, that makes more sense. That makes more sense. That makes more sense than what you said first.
How could you? The shadows won't hide you for long. Hand me that child.
Oh, I ain't hiding no shadow, lady. The only shadow will be the drill planting itself into your fucking face. See, this is why I fucking love Bioshock. This is why I love Bioshock 1 and 2. They actually challenge you into start thinking about what the characters are doing and saying. Like, say what you want about Call of Duty and like recent years, and even Black Ops 6 apparently being a really good single player experience apparently this time around. It's still the most basic bitch boring ass fucking hoorah military hoorah type of fucking storyline. This actually challenges you into thinking, who's actually in the wrong and why are they in the wrong, or are they even in the wrong? Frank Fontaine, aka Atlas, is fully in the wrong. But why is he in the wrong? Because he took over he wanted to take over he was literally the virus, the parasite that Andrew Ryan feared. Someone who would come in, sweep in, and just steal his city. He's deathly afraid of somebody taking his work and taking it and making it theirs. Stealing his own property. Of course, a con man like Frank Fontaine, who literally would not even hesitate to use identity fraud, has no problem doing any of this. So, yeah. You can get a sense of like why he fears all of these people coming in and stealing his city. But at the same time, he's inviting it by acting the way he is. Oh.
Now, Tannenbaum would have you turn that sister human again. You'll get just enough Adam for our purposes, and the girls will likely try to repay you somehow. But Rapture's a high-stakes town, son, and she is a jackpot. You just have to be willing to take it all. You'll...
On the surface, your parents sort of
I didn't realize that would cut out. I hate the US. I'm gonna buy an island overseas, outside of all known countries, and make my own country. It will not be political at all. We're just free people who live in symbiosis. However, I must reserve power to the kill switch of the island's nukes, and all things must go my way. But I'll remind the people that it's for their safety and not mine, because we are free people, unlike the US. See, I get what you're trying to say there, but that... The difference being, you're just wanting a safe space away from the US in this example. Andrew Ryan just wants there to be unhindered competition without seeing the problem with that. That's why I call him autistic, because he's looking at just the pure facts as opposed to the morality of it. Different reason, but same idea. And again, this is why I fucking love Bioshock 1 and 2. They actually challenge you into thinking. And actually have you being like, who's actually in the right here? Because let's be real. Tenenbaum, as much as she's trying to redeem herself, did a lot of awful shit. She was exclusively thinking about the progress of research until her maternal instinct started kicking in the first game. That's why she started saving, you know, the little sisters as much as he could. And why Jack Ryan was such a blessing in disguise. Not even in disguise, just flat out blessing for her. Someone who actually had a heart of gold. Or evil one, but let's be honest, canonically, heart of gold, canonically. Someone who broke his own programming. Okay, no, actually, that's wrong. He did not break his own programming. Tenenbaum helped him, but he still chose to be a better person. Canonically. From the choices that one would make, because the only reason... Honestly, if you choose anything but harvesting the little sisters, you're already going off the deep end. Yeah, unfortunately, as much as I would like to say that that's just one of the many endings, it's one of the false endings, unfortunately. Because, think about it for a few moments. If Jack Ryan went around and killed all the little sisters, then in Bioshock 2... How is Mark Meltzer even here? Because he is a surface dweller. But to be fair, though, to those endings, they couldn't have known that Bioshock 1 would have just exploded the way it did. Like, it's still one of my top... I was about to say top 10. No, top 5 best games of all time. And to be fair, having recently played it again, it is currently laying at my top 1. Like, Bioshock 1, as much as I dislike the fact that you have to pick and choose between whether or not you want to use plasmids or guns at the time, is still one of my top... is still my number 1 game of all time currently. Sure, there are more recent games that are probably just as good, if not better, that I've actually played, but... that, I feel like, was just their way of trying to amp up the stakes that already existed. And how can you go from Bioshock 1's ending to Bioshock 2's ending, which one you ever pick, which I still feel like we should have kept on following Eleanor, in my opinion, in a sequel game. Even the DLC story for Bioshock 2 kind of just ends with them reaching the surface without actually really getting anywhere. And then we have Bioshock Infinite, which just takes a completely different angle. Although, it was very nice to actually get away from Rapture. Because as much as Rapture is a cool place, there's only so much you can do with dilapidated fucking 1950s, 1960s fucking architecture. Let's be real here. No, 1940s, 1950s. Sorry. There's only so much you can do with that to make it interesting. Hack this. Oh, fuck. Fuck, I missed it. I missed the blue. I missed Bluey. Personally, I think Infinite would have been better if it didn't have multiple timelines, or rather the events of the game are self-filled with... It is, though. That's the thing. what it's trying to say is a multiverse is actually just it's two paths with just unraveled string bits. Because it's not really multiverse, because it's one of two choices. Either he gets himself baptized, or he rejects the baptism. Everything in between there, to the same point in space, the same point in time, are just the strings unraveling before then coming back together. Every decision has a second choice? Yeah. That's why we see all of the Elizabeths at the end. They're all the different variants of Elizabeth that we get to see from the various smaller choices. But all of these are just smaller choices. The Nexus events, like the key point events that cannot be altered, are Booker getting baptized. Or not getting baptized. And here we go. Now, like I said, normally this would have been a complete harvest because I haven't gotten any tips. But because of everything going on, I opted to not have the wishlist on for my throne wishlist. So we're gonna go with rescuing every single one of them.
Well, our Tin Man had a heart all along. Personally, I call that a liability, but you have enough Adam now. Barely. Head to the Hall of the Future and splice up with Incinerate.